Hi, good morning. My name is Bella. Welcome again to the Parents and Their Journey. It's another episode that I am going to bring with you. This is a platform for families, friends, and experiencing a disability or raising a child with special needs. And I brought her because I wanted her to share her story about her daughter. And today I would like to introduce to you Suzette.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So, hi Suzette, thank you so much for willing to come to share your story about your daughter. Tell me a little bit about your daughter.
Oh, so she has a white complexion, not like mine, but she's she's pretty, and she's a loving and caring person. She doesn't speak, but she expresses herself really well. So, well, she had a disability, but she can't walk and she can't speak, but she make you feel like you are really loved and welcome.
Mm. Tell me about your daughter's disability or diagnosis.
My daughter's disability is as a for diagnosis, it's called methylmalonic acidosis or methylmalonic acidemia. In short, it's MMA. That's what they call it. They call it. The signs is more on she's lethargic and most of the time like she's quiet, sleeping a lot. So that's the first time I felt. And plus, the she was jittering like she's always cold or something. Like it's too much temperature, like so cold, like she would jitter so much.
How
So
was your
that's
pregnancy with Frankie?
the pregnancy went well. Um, Actually, we got excited when the doctor told us that we're having a girl because finally we're having a girl. And so when the doctor said that, um, after I felt like in my tummy, like while she's in my tummy, she's jittering. My my tummy was jittering so much, and I talked to the doctor about it, and they thought it was healthy. They thought my daughter would be fine, so we kind of like just leave it at that. That's how my pregnancy is, like the normal pregnancy like you had.
And so she was born full term, normal. When did you
Oh
notice
yes.
that there's something different?
This okay. This is when she was born, um, totally normal. She was born 7.6 pounds, and she was crying. She's like a normal baby that you can see in the hospital, and she was wrapped so very well when they hand her to me. So I was holding her and watching her, looking at her face, staring at her face, like how excited parents do, looking at the eyes, the ears, the nose, like who she got it from. And then we were happy until I was holding her, and then again I felt that jittering feeling, like she was like cold or something, like does she have a fever or what? So that's when the problem came out. And so we called the nurse right away and the doctors, and yeah, for them to check on her. So they took her back from me.
At what age she was diagnosed?
Oh, on her fourth day, when the result came out because of the newborn screening test, and they said that there was an abnormality on her lab results, and so they have to keep her at the NICU. And from there, they were watching her, and when they finally found out that she's positive for MMA, then they refer her to a bigger facility, which is at UCLA Mattel Hospital.
How was it for you as a mom, having the only girl and to be told that your daughter is going to have some challenges, health challenges?
At first, honestly, I cried, and plus I worried so much. Like, the first thing was, is she gonna die? Because this is not the first time it happened to me. I lost a child before, and the first thought was, is she gonna die? And then I am also at the same time is kind of like optimistic, so I said, oh well, the doctor here in US, they're gonna take care of her. So that's why I said, oh okay, so I kind of like calm myself down, and she will be taken care of. That's what I was thinking about.
So after her being diagnosed with MMA, how did it look like for you, like your schedule, you're running your family and Frankie?
Oh, that's the start of a chaotic life. And the feeling exactly is, it's like you're in a war. I don't know exactly, but I haven't been to a war. But the way how your older relatives was telling you about war, because it's like all of a sudden, like, there's no plan. There's no plan. This is what you have. Just go and just do what you need to do. So when it comes to school, my son, well, I have my car, and I can drive, so I would always be driving. I'm always on the road. My husband at the time, he works as a caregiver, and he's a stay-at-home caregiver. So mostly it's like me who's doing all the work for my Frankie and my that time my 5-year-old son.
So it felt like you were a single mom.
Yes, exactly. Exactly, that's how it felt.
How long did Frankie went to school?
Well, it's short while. She started as a kindergarten, and she would always be at the hospital. She would always be sick. So probably the only time she can go to school was like just 2 times a week. Or maybe if she's lucky, she can complete the whole week, but I doubt it. She probably just go like 3 times a week. That's the most she can go. I mean, to school, like meeting her classmates and the teachers.
So you were a full-time driver, caregiver,
Yes,
nurse for your daughter at
exactly.
that time. It must have been very, very tough.
It is very tough. Can I just add when she was at the hospital, and the doctors, the nurses, all the paneling care for my daughter, we had a meeting, and when she said, when my husband asked them, like, how long will she survive, after they told us about her condition, and when the doctor said that they don't know, they couldn't tell us, like, to some people, because the cases were like, oh, it's gonna be 3 months, and then so when we heard that they didn't know when, me and my husband, both of us, we decided to give her a normal life as much as possible. So that's what we decide on, like, because she has a very low immune system, yeah. And then so we decided to, well, just go ahead and enjoy, meet other people. You can play with other people, and things like that. So at least she had the best. So yeah, so that's my addition to it. I just couldn't remember the term they gave it, but she's having a hard time focusing on the things, and who knows, maybe she's having trouble too looking at colors, because
Was she able to express to you if there's something that is painful?
a squint, like her face, the facial expression, that's all she can do. Or I remember she cried sometimes, and she's not a crybaby. She would tell you though if she's not feeling okay. Expression of the face, and the way how she would uh, touch you, and she will hug you.
Aww.
When something is like, mom, like telling me, mom, I don't feel good today. And when also like she would always sleep, like sleeping like almost half of the day. And that's when I can tell, oh, wait a minute, something is wrong here. Unimaginable. And I would always want her to be healthy. And as a mom, I was like, I made her feel like this is not just, it's not only you. This is the two of us fighting this kind of disorder, and you're not alone. So that's how I cope with that problem. And I would always tell my Frankie, like I would hug her and tap her back like this. Like probably I do it oftentimes, like patting her back.
Mm-hmm.
And when you hug her and you hold her, she would also pat your back, like tell you, like, mom, everything is fine. So we're like best friends.
So today you brought something here. Wanted to show this to, you want to show this to everyone?
Yes, sure.
So Suzette brought something here. These are all Frankie's belongings that she kept.
Yes, there's a lot. You would know.
Can you tell us one of the toy that was her favorite?
Okay, this is one of her favorite. Look familiar? It looks familiar because, I was wondering too, why would she like Curious George? And I realized, wait a minute, Curious George never said a word. But he expressed himself like so much, and you would understand what he's doing. Watching his shows, oh, she enjoyed it very much. And yeah, probably because she doesn't speak, and Curious George doesn't speak, but they can express their feelings very well.
So you kept this for how long now?
Oh, since forever. I don't know when we first got this, but I don't know if we bought it for her or someone gave this to her. And that's it until she was like 6 years old. She was playing with this. And also this kind of, this is the original that she likes. It looks nasty, excuse me. So, okay, so this is also one of her favorite. And so it's kind of nasty, but excuse me. So we bought her a new one.
When did you buy that?
Okay, the time when we bought this, there was still a Toys R Us store.
Oh, that's
Toys
right.
R Us, okay. And yeah, so every time we gave this to her, she would still come to this old one. So there's something about the smell probably that she likes. But it made her feel comfortable and safe, I think, whenever she smells this or hold it. She knows the texture. She's very good at that, but when it comes to feeling some other textures, she's scared of that. She doesn't want a new thing whenever I introduce her to something new. So I just give her something that she's familiar with.
I see. Suzette, this may be a very difficult question right now.
Okay.
When did Frankie lost the battle?
Okay, so You see, I thought I'm okay whenever I talk about it. But that was the day when when she went away. It was June 14th of 2015. And I was thinking about my mom because that day was her birthday. And so I just hope that my mom was there when it happened. But since I mentioned I'm optimistic, I was like, oh, my mom is there. She's just gonna take care of my daughter. And yeah, so I just, it's a mixed emotion because it was sad because you know that she's not gonna be around anymore. So that part is so painful. I'm gonna miss her hugs, her kisses, because I'm the only one she kisses a lot. She kisses the dad and the brothers too, but not like how she kisses me. And also, I felt like something got, I felt free, and for her as well, because there will be no more suffering. So there will be no more sticking. There will be no more like allergic reactions, especially to tape. And yeah, so that kind of feeling I felt when she was gone. But I would always tell myself, I'll be fine, I'll be fine. But still no. It's been like, how long ago was it? But still, whenever you think about it, it's painful. I would like to mention the people I met from UCLA. It's a support group led by Gina. Hi Gina, if you're listening or if you're watching this, we never forget you. We will never. People who help us during the time of sadness and during the time when we needed help and support, you were always there. And the rest of like Dr. Martinez and the dietitians, Erica especially. So yeah, we will never forget you. Hillary, my social worker. And yeah, so it's just amazing how things happen, and it happened because of Frankie. And we will never be grateful. I mean, if not with meeting, having Frankie in our lives. People like us who lost a child was telling us that we already know how you feel. So that word is not really good to tell us if you are condoling us or something like that, because this is the part of our lives that will never be the same like other people who has their child like living in a normal situation. They can eat anything they like, they can go anywhere they want, and they can play, they can walk, they can talk, and yeah, who knows, maybe the smartest in class. So for people like us to understand, please try not to say that we know how you feel, because it really is not. So yeah.
Financially also, you know, being in the hospital or bringing Frankie to the hospital multiple times, that could be very expensive.
Yes, exactly.
Tell us about, walk us through about that too.
Oh, I have this offensive comment that was telling me, they said that, oh, look at you, you have a disabled child. Oh, the government will help you with that. You have a lot of money, you know, you're good, you're taken care of. Actually, no. Just to tell you exactly like how was it, it wasn't easy. it's never easy. Yeah, we can get help from the government, but it's not like we're draining the government's money. So please, it depends. Maybe some other people's case, they can get a lot, but not all of us. So please stop saying that. Like, you don't say the exact word, but we felt it. So yeah, it's hurtful. It's not easy.
Is there any other thing that you have heard from others that really kind of bothered you?
Oh, I remember too when I posted my picture on the social media carrying my daughter, and for me, she looks so pretty, she looks so cute, she looks so perfect. That was after 3 months of her NICU admittance. Yeah, so she was discharged. I think that was like a week after, and I took her to the beach, and I posted that picture, and someone says, "Oh, look at you! You look so haggard." And just for people to understand that that was the happiest day I think I had since my birth for my daughter Frankie. And so I was happy we were at the beach and making sure like she would have a normal life one day, like she could go swimming in that beach. And yeah, so telling me I'm haggard, okay, that's fine, because since she was born and I learned that she was sick, I never had a good time sleeping, or never had that decent sleep when she was born, since she was sick, diagnosed with her sickness. So yeah, thank you, thanks a lot.
Suzette, thank you so much for bringing Frankie's story in your life with this platform. I'm full of gratitude, and I feel privileged to be able to get to know you and get to know Frankie for a little bit. And I will cherish this memory. And is there an advice you can give to a parent who is just starting the journey of MMA?
Well, okay, everything is new, but whatever information, whatever kind of learning that you're gonna encounter, just make sure you push yourself, and make sure you devote yourself knowing this, because in my personal experience, this is not just my daughter. So for me, it means that this kind of disorder runs in my family. So I have to be aware of, like, with my kids, I have to let them know, let your family know that this is how much you need to learn, and to be aware and be careful. If you're, especially to my kids, if they're gonna have their own family, I want them to be very careful and make sure that everything is what we call, if they get a lot of information regarding this methylmalonic acidemia disorder.
What a blessing that Frankie became, part of your family. She brought a lot of joy,
Yes,
brought a
so
lot of
much.
memories, and now you are working full time and going to school to become something, right?
Yes.
Can you tell us what it is that you are studying for?
Okay, so first I would like to start because now I'm a phlebotomist, and I became a phlebotomist because of my Frankie. She's a hard stick, and so every time we're at the hospital, I said, okay, I'm gonna learn how to stick a person. Like I want to learn, and so I went to school to learn phlebotomy, and yeah, so now I am. And now since it my career keeps leaning onto medical career or medical field, yes, thinking maybe I can go another step ahead and might be leaning towards taking LVN. And so I'm not young anymore, but I am gonna pursue that kind of dream I have. So yeah, we'll see.
Thank you so much again, and hopefully, one day there you'll meet more people with this type of disability or health concerns, and that you'll be able to be the one to kind of support them emotionally. So thank you again.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to Suzette's story in Frankie. Bye for now.